All right, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Degenerate Podcast. As always, I'm Tyler DeRosa, joined alongside by my good buddy Matt Holderman. And as I say every week, we're just a couple of college students that love sports, love talking about sports, love watching sports, everything to do with sports. And we thought, what better way to show our love for sports than create a podcast? So here we are.
Now, Matt, I want to get right into things. James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, specifically Kyrie Irving, all together in the same team. That's like the Clippers to the 10th degree, talent-wise and ego and chemistry-wise. I'm telling you, there is no chance in heck they can coexist.
Well,
it's just not possible.
I think
especially
if the talent can outweigh the ego, if it can, which I think it might, then oh well, they might just be all hating each other, but they're really good.
I don't know. I'm not denying that if they all get together, they're going to be really good. They're going to be, on paper, they're going to be a great team. And here's the thing, too. You can argue how good a team is on paper. It's totally different because what I feel like you're doing is you're looking at this team is great on paper, they can win. But paper and practice, totally different things.
No, I know. I'm thinking about it, too. I'm just thinking if you put those three guys up against any other trio or any other team, it doesn't matter how much they hate each other. They're going to dominate you no matter who you are. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I mean,
that's why it's an interesting debate, too.
Here's another thing that you can argue is look at that team. Who's going to play defense? None of those players play defense.
Oh, Harden improved a lot last year. He had some of the best defensive plays in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. He's not going to be playing defense a full 72-game season. He only will play when it matters in the playoffs.
And that's all you need. That's it.
I don't know. I am...
Unless they miss the playoffs, then my argument is cooked.
All right, I'll make a bet with you right now. $10. If this team happens...
I was going to say 10 too.
Yeah, $10. Okay. We'll shake on it right now that I say they do not win the NBA championship and they cannot get along, and you will be hearing rumors throughout the season that they all hate each other.
And this is with the asterisk that this team even happens.
Of course.
What a great debate we're having, and we don't even know if it's going to happen.
Now, to transition to some baseball talk, Bob, what do you think about the way that baseball is progressing?
It's all home runs and strikeouts. Nobody seems to care anymore about the pitch counts and getting on base and all. It's like it became a power game after the steroid era. It's bizarre to me that that's the type of baseball we're watching right now.
You know, my grandfather, who's been a baseball fan forever, he grew up in Chicago, lived there for 40 years, been a Cubs fan forever. He had the same rant to me a week ago when I saw him. He hates that baseball is kind of becoming that, like, just swing for the fences. And it's either a strikeout or a home run.
I'm not your grandfather's age.
No, but I hadn't thought
maybe
about
I
it.
am, actually.
It brought it up in my head. I'd never thought about that even in the few years I've been watching, I'm not the biggest baseball fan, but I can see it changing a little bit. Even recently, becoming more of that.
You saw how everybody freaked out when there was like a sacrifice bunt the other night, and I think it was Game 4. It's like, who sees that anymore? And it was a fun part. You know, I grew up playing baseball, and the strategy and the differences, the way we played the game, giving up and out is something that we were willing to do to move a base runner along, and then all of a sudden that became something you wouldn't do. But I just feel like the steroid era was all about home runs, and we're not really in that anymore, I don't think. And yet, you know, players are hitting the ball with regularity out of the ballpark and stuff, and they're willing to strike out if that's, you know, the alternative. They're fine with that, and so are the managers. And I don't know. It's a different game. I still enjoy it. I don't like all the complaining about it that I hear. You know, the games are too long. It's like, well, if you like baseball, it's not too long. Yeah. I sit and watch golf from like 12 in the afternoon until 8 at night.
Yeah.
and that's golf.
Yeah, I'm the same about NASCAR races too. I'm a NASCAR fan, and people are like, "How do you watch that for 3 hours?" I'm like, "I like watching them go in circles, man. It's fun."
I have learned a lot about you today.
Now, obviously, we could probably go on forever about how baseball has changed, because it really has changed a bunch. But I want to move on to a little bit of Patriots talk to close us out here. The reason why you're in this cap problem isn't because you've gone out and paid a bunch of top price free agents. The reason why the Patriots are so strapped against the cap right now is because he has sucked drafting.
Man, it's the thought that came to my mind, didn't they draft a kicker like really early this year?
Yeah, and he's not even on the team.
What the heck?
They drafted a kicker in, I want to say, the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah. I mean, that in itself just speaks to everything you just said in my mind.
I'm telling you, it really is pathetic.
Pathetic.
Because I hate that Belichick is making excuses. And that's just not what he does. That will do it for us this week. Thank you all very much for listening again. Please continue to support us. We love that you guys are listening. Please, if you're listening on Spreaker, make sure to try and subscribe to us. And remember, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Or iHeartRadio. So make sure to give us a listen, give us a follow, and hopefully you enjoy what we're doing.
Show it to a friend. They might like it.
Yep. We will continue doing this the next few weeks. Thank you all for listening.